This is a balanced chemical equation given, for which we write net ionic equation. To write down net ionic equation for this given equation, we break the reactants and products in aqueous state into ions. Let me take first reactant, that is sodium phosphate. It is in aqueous state, it means that it is soluble in water, it dissociates into ions. Sodium phosphate, it is made up of sodium atom and phosphate, and sodium atom is a first A group element in the periodic table. First A group element present in a compound, so plus 1 charge. Phosphate has -3 charge. Well, now we write down the ions separately. There are 2 moles of sodium phosphate, and it has 2 3 just 6 sodium atoms. That is why it produces 6 sodium ions. It has plus 1 charge, it is in a aqueous state. Plus there are 2 phosphates, that is why it produces 2 phosphate ions in aqueous state. Plus the next reactant is, that is calcium chloride, and it is made up of calcium atom and Cl atoms, chlorine atoms. Calcium is a second A group element, and second A group element present in a compound, so plus 2 charge, and chlorine atom is a halogen, and halogen so -1 charge if they are present in a compound. Now we write down the ions separately. There are 3 moles of calcium chloride, it means it has 3 calcium atoms, that is why it produces 3 calcium ions. Plus 3 2 just 6, there are 6 chlorine atoms, that is why it produces equal number of chloride ions. On right side, the product is given sodium chloride, and sodium chloride is made up of sodium and chlorine atom. Sodium is a first A group element, and first A group element present in a compound, so plus 1 charge, and so chlorine is a halogen, obviously it shows -1 charge. Now we write down the ions separately. There are 6 moles of sodium chloride, that is why it has 6 sodium ions and 6 chloride ion. I write here 6 sodium ions and 6 chloride ions. Well, the next product is calcium phosphate. It is in solid state, it means that it precipitates in the reaction, it does not dissociate into ions. We write it down in the same physical state. It is in solid state. Now we cancel the spectator ions, the ions which are present on both sides of the equation. You can see that sodium ions are present on both sides, and chloride ions are also present on both sides in equal numbers. This entire equation is known as a total ionic equation. Now we write down the remaining ions. On left side we have 3 calcium ions, and 2 phosphate ion. On right side we are left with only calcium phosphate, that is a precipitate. It is in solid state. Well, calcium ions and phosphate ion, these are the reacting ions which combine to produce calcium phosphate as a precipitate. This is a net ionic equation for this given balanced equation.